Okay, so we can sit comfortably to bring our mind back into the body. Feel the body on the cushion. Feel our breath in the body. Let go of our thoughts of the past. Let go of the thoughts of the future. And come back to the present moment. Aware that it's a beautiful morning. It's another beautiful day for us to enjoy. So bringing the mind back into the breath and into the body, settling into the present moment. Great gratitude for our waking up this morning, for our health, for being alive, for being here, for having the time to meditate. Don't have anything to do for the next 20 minutes. Now we bring to mind a word, an image, phrases that help us bring up a feeling of compassion within us, the feeling of wanting to help, the joy of being able to help, or the joy of seeing someone suffering lessen or easing their suffering. Also the poignant feeling of feeling the suffering of another person. So it's awareness of suffering, the wish that they would be free of their suffering, maybe an acceptance if we feel that we can't do anything, but we can accompany them. And also the joy that might come from seeing the suffering of someone else grow less, for them to get relief, for being able to help them feel better. So breathing in, aware of the feeling of compassion in me. Breathing out, we abide in it. Abide in the compassion, which has many forms, many faces. It come in the form of accompanying, come in the form of acceptance, come in the form of being helpful. So when breathing in, aware of the compassion in me, breathing out, we relax into it. So aware that we have inner sources of compassion already in us. So sometimes the compassion can be small, very ordinary, but it's compassion nonetheless. We start from wherever we are. We use our mindfulness to protect the compassion, like protecting a candle, a flame in the wind. So breathing in, aware of the compassion in me. So breathing out, we abide in it. So aware of compassion in me, dwelling in it. Can use our breath as an anchor to stay in the compassion. As we breathe in, we are aware of the compassion. As we breathe out, we dwell in it. We can explore the body. Where does compassion show up in my body? And how does it feel? Is it soft and warm? Or is it a little bit sharp and painful? Is it a fast energy, a slow energy? Is it flowing or is it still? Is there any joy in it? Or maybe there's some pain in it as well. So we're completely allowing ourselves to explore the texture of compassion as it manifests right now. So breathing in, aware of compassion, breathing out, we relax into it. You know where it turns up in our body, where we're most likely to feel it. So breathing in, aware of compassion in me, and breathing out, we relax into it. So allow it to be there in whatever form it takes. Now we expand the compassion so that it fills the whole body, expanding upwards into the head and face, shoulders, chest, down to the abdomen, the legs and the feet, and sideways down the arms and hands, so that our whole body is filled with compassion. So compassion for ourselves, compassion for the parts of us that are suffering, where there is a little bit of discomfort. It's accompanying the suffering, being able to be with it, being able to offer it kindness. So offering kindness and compassion to discomfort in the body and discomfort in the mind. So breathing in, aware of compassion filling the whole body. Breathing out, we relax into it. So we fill our whole body with compassion. It's filling all the pores, down to the tips of our fingers, the ends of our hair, to the bottom of our feet. We become an embodiment of compassion. And now we can dissolve the boundary of the body and let the compassion flow out or spill out, or flow out like a light of a candle, or flow out like a cup overflowing with water, so that the compassion fills the whole room, touching the other people in the room with us, knowing that we are sitting together with fellow human beings. So we have a shared joy, shared suffering, knowing that the other also has fears, worries, anxieties, regrets, just like me. So we offer the other compassion, knowing that they're just like me with my happiness, like me with my suffering. So I see you, I hear you, I am with you. And may your suffering transform into healing and compassion. May you be free from your suffering as soon as possible. We let the compassion expand out to the whole center, including all the staff and all the other beings, the living beings, the monkeys, the birds, the trees, the plants. Knowing that human beings and all other living beings want to thrive. They don't want just to survive, but they want to thrive. We all carry our unique set of suffering, suffering in the family, suffering at work, suffering in our larger life. We're no different from one another in that respect. We send compassion out to everyone, all living beings in the center, animals trying to find food for the day, find shelter for the day. The trees and the plants, looking for sunshine, looking for water. Expand our compassion to the whole island of Sri Lanka, the whole island made up of young people, old people, adults, children, people going to work, going to school, trying to bring up their families, trying to earn a living, trying to provide a stable, good life for their family and those around them. So we are in solidarity with them in their everyday problems, problems in our relationships, problems in work, family problems, problems in school, trying to make ends meet. Our worries, will I really be able to do this? Or regrets, I really wish I hadn't done this in the past. The common suffering, all humans. So I see you, I hear you in your humanity. I see your suffering, and may our suffering transform into healing and compassion. And may our suffering end as soon as possible. And may compassion enable us when we are able to help the people around us. When we see we have the capacity to help, may we have the courage and the energy to step up to help. Send compassion to the whole island of Sri Lanka, including the forest, the animals in the forest, the rivers, the ocean, the plants, the trees, knowing that there is a basic wish in all living things to survive and to thrive, to overcome their difficulties. So same with animals and plants. May we survive, may we thrive, may our suffering end as soon as possible. And if we meet a living being, a non-human living being that's in need of help, and if we are able to help, may we find the energy and the courage to lend a hand. Now we expand our awareness, cover a bigger portion of the planet, India, Africa, Middle East, Asia, where of all the different ethnic groups, different religions, completely different worldviews. Yet the common thread of humanity, we're all looking for happiness, happiness in family, happiness in our work, happiness in our hobbies, meaning in life. The search for happiness and meaning for ourselves, for the ones we care for, wanting to provide ourselves with opportunities to grow, to thrive, and for those around us to have opportunities to grow, to thrive, to heal. So may we all be well and happy, and may our suffering end as soon as possible. Knowing that despite the diversity of humankind, our regrets of lost opportunities, our worries about the security of the future, not so different from one human being to another. Our problems in our relationships with the ones we love, not so different from one human to another. We share a common suffering. You can say, I see you, I hear you, I hold your suffering. And may your suffering transform into healing and compassion. And also where we are able, when we see another suffering, we have the capacity and the ability, may we have the courage to step up to help, to provide some relief to the suffering. And for those we cannot really actively help, may we provide the comfort of presence, acknowledging them in their suffering and accompanying them, just so they know that they're not going through this by themselves. So may we all be well and happy, and may our suffering end as soon as possible. And we expand the compassion out to the whole planet, North, South America, Australia, New Zealand, the whole planet, the oceans, the rivers, the mountains, the deserts, the forests, all the living beings in it. It's all for all humanity on the planet, our common humanity, but also aware that there are places on this planet where there's war, not enough to eat, not enough safety, very deep, very concrete suffering. So send a heartfelt wish. May your suffering end as soon as possible. May you find what you need as soon as possible. And even for one moment, may your suffering ease. May you find relief, a moment of happiness, a moment of love, even for just one moment, a moment of connection, so that you don't feel alone in your suffering. Aware of the suffering that can be hidden, the burden of suffering that many of us carry, even if we have enough food, enough shelter, enough safety. The suffering of loneliness, depression, anger, despair, or discrimination, which sometimes can be so subtle. So may we all be well, happy, and may we all find relief from our suffering. And as we interact with the world, may we find what we need to nourish us. May we find the help we need to relieve our suffering. May we encounter kindness. And if we're in a place where we can help, may we have the courage to stand up for another, the courage to help one another. In the face of suffering, which we cannot do much about, may we come to calm acceptance and to keep these people in mind so that they're not alone in their suffering. To not turn away from suffering. May we have the courage to help, and if we can't help, the courage to be with, to witness. To seeing the common thread of suffering that runs through humanity. So I see you, I hear you, I hold your suffering, I hold our suffering. And may our suffering transform into healing and compassion. Now we expand this compassion out to the whole universe, above, below, and all around. So to all living beings, seen and unseen, visible and invisible, ones we know about, we don't know about, near or far. So may we all be well and happy, and may our suffering end as soon as possible. May we find the help we need. May we be able to obtain what we need for us to survive, for us to thrive. And may we have the courage to help those that we encounter, or the courage to stand and face their suffering with them. So we send this compassion out with the mind as far as the mind can go. So wherever the mind is, the compassion is. Wherever the mind is, the kindness is. It's out into the furthest reaches of the universe. This universe that has no edge. Sending compassion to all corners. So dwelling in this vast compassion, this vast mind filled with compassion. This vast mind that's rich with compassion. Full of tenderness. We turn the mind inward into the inner universe. We dissolve the boundary between the outer universe and the inner universe of the mind, which is just as vast and just as rich. We send the compassion inwards, to filling the whole of our mind, covering all the hidden corners of the mind, all the hidden suffering, all the ever-present suffering, and also embracing all our happiness, all our joys. It's filling the whole mind with compassion, and compassion that is bright, a compassion that is warm, a compassion that's alive. So may we all be well and happy. May we all be safe. May our suffering end as soon as possible. May we find what we need. May we know that we're not alone in our suffering. The common thread of suffering that runs through all of humanity. May we face our suffering bravely. May we not turn away from our pain or the pain of others. And may this suffering end and transform into healing and compassion. And we slowly draw the mind back into the body. Having a sense of the mind slowly sinking into the body. Aware of the breath. Aware of the room we're in, the sounds around us, the air we're breathing. So how we're connected so intimately with our surroundings. Aware of the weight of the body on the cushion. Aware of our hands on the lap. Aware of the breath. Aware of the kindness and compassion within us. And when we're ready, we can come out of the meditation.